So hello fellow coin collectors, this is Glenn back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the Chinese coins issued by Qing Long. So Qing Long was a Chinese emperor and his reign was at the end of the 1700s, so 1735 to 1795. So it's actually quite a long reign, and he actually did abdicate, so he's one of the few Chinese emperors that actually abdicated for his son, and he done that to not eclipse his father, so he didn't want to reign longer than what his father actually did. And so if he didn't actually do that, he could have actually lasted quite a bit longer, probably into the 1800s. So that is a sign that he was more of a moderate and a fair emperor than other rulers have been in the past. So if we have a look at the actual coin, the top and bottom is Qing Long, Qing Long. So Qing Long's a Mandarin, and on the side we have a Tong Bao, so official currency or something like that. And here I've got the actual value. So these coins are pretty much valued about $2. I tend to want to actually get these coins in bulk, so I usually pay probably between $1 and $2 for each coin, but they shouldn't actually cost too much to actually get. And as you can see, this coin is 24 millimeters. And the average weight of these coins is about 3.5 to 4.5 grams. So, but I have seen coins that are actually 2.5 grams up into 5 grams. So, because these coins are actually cast, so modern coins are actually minted. So you can see a lot of pitting and a lot of so when people mean cast, see how there's lots of dots in it, lots of pitting. This one's a bit rough in the background. This is smooth, so that would have been worn down a bit. And when you get a lot of ancient Roman and Greek coins, and also European as well, and they say it's been cast, this is actually what they mean. You can see all this detail in a cast coin. But in Chinese, it's actually pretty normal. And they actually did not actually use the striking method that we did in the West and in India. So the coins were actually not struck like this Roman coin, which gives it a more clear field. This one's a bit corroded. Better detail. Or also this coin here, and this coin here, even though it's just a legend, is based on the tradition it is used by the Greeks, which the Romans adopted. So it's also a struck coin. So you can actually see that if it's cast, there's probably would be bubbles in it that would actually disturb the actual written form, so it'll be a lot harder to actually interpret what it actually means. So if you look at these Chinese cash coins, even though it has a simple inscription, it does have some actual, some breakages. So there's a breakage there. There is like there's a bubble right in the middle there, and but this one's actually quite good. Let me see if I can get a one that's not as clear. So here's one that's not as clear. As you can see, there's a lot of breakages in the actual coin, a lot of pitting, a lot of bubbles. So that's what actually can happen to a cast coin, to actually make it a little bit not as readable as striking. So that's one thing. Another thing you'll notice is that there is different sizes. So here you can see that, oh, there's a different emperor. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a different script. So, okay, use one of the same script. So, I need to look that up. So here we have two with the same script, as you can see. This one actually has a lot of problems with the casting method, and there is a difference in size. So it doesn't mean that there is a difference in weight. There is a difference in size, probably about 3 or 4 millimeters, and this is actually caused by the actual coin they use to impress in the actual clay. And if you look here, you can see these are actually two different mints. So this is a Board of Works. So let me get one that's actually the same mint. So Board of Works and the same Emperor. And what actually causes this? Well, when they actually put the actual coin in the clay, so they actually get the coin, they can press it in the clay on one side, and they actually make a branch. So they have like a few coins going up like this. So they have them spaced like that. And then they have a branch going up with a connection to each. And that's so they can actually have a central point where they actually pour the actual metal in. Metal goes down, fills up these spaces, and then they can actually take apart the actual tree. So that's what it's actually called, a tree. And after they actually cast the coins, these actually shrink because they're metal. When, you know, if you know any chemistry, when an element is hot, not only metal, anything else, even our skin, it actually expands. And then when it cools and solidifies, so it turns into a solid, it actually contracts. And that's what actually happens to these coins. And if you actually use this coin to make another coin, it's going to actually be smaller than the original coin. So it'll probably turn out to be probably a millimeter smaller. So probably like that. And if you use that coin to make another coin, it's going to turn out smaller as well. And then if you keep on going and continuing in that process, so you've got the ancestral process of the actual coin, then eventually you'll get to a small coin, which is caused by just the shrinkage in the actual metal itself. So that's why these coins actually are different sizes. Now in Chinese mints, they actually had a master coin. So that's a coin that they actually used to first put the other coins, and those are actually quite big, so probably about that big. So this might have been a master coin, or it just might have been one of the first coins actually produced. This is actually a different emperor. And these were kept at the mint. They were not supposed to be for circulation. They were supposed to be to make the actual flower tree. And even though the coins shrank, so these coins here are actually the normal size for a cash coin. And if I show you two of the older coins, so here we have this is a whole gold for Wang Man, so this is about 2,000 years old. And here we have a Kaiyun from the Tang Dynasty, so it's from the 6 to 900, so it's about 1,400 to 1,100 years old. And as you can see, although they're a little bit smaller, most coins are actually pretty much the Tang size coins. So if we take that one and show a comparison, it's a little bit, about 1 or 2 millimeters smaller, but it actually suits the size range. So as you can see, Tang Dynasty coins had a similar inscription as the Qing Long coin as well. So most of the coins that I've got are Board of Revenue, And if we have a look at the actual coins, I've actually put in flips. You can see this is the board of revenue. Where are the other ones? Okay, here I have another one. This is called Koi 1. So for the Manchu inscription, so this is Manchu, this is Bu. This just means mint, and this is the actual mint name itself, Koi 1. So that's the board of revenue, and it actually translates the fountainhead of currency. And then we have the same one, another board of revenue. Oh, here they are. I just found it. And here we have a board of works, so it's different inscription. Now these are both Beijing, so as you can see, this Bo Yuan, the source of all currency, so board of works. Then we have the mints are actually provincial, so they're actually around different areas of China. This is Bo Yu, Bu Yu. This is Wuchan, Hubei. And then we have the Guangxi Mint, Bu Goi. As you can see there, different inscriptions. So the Bu was always the same, but in earlier reigns of the emperors, they actually might have had this in actual Chinese, or maybe a mixture of Manchu and Chinese, but I'll do a video on that later. This is Bu Ji Chengqiang, and as you can see, Qing Long Tongbao, Qing Long Tongbao, and you can see that the actual variation in the actual style of the calligraphy, although the casting does alter that a little bit from the original, but they are basically what a Chinese cash coin actually looks like. These provincial ones are pretty much probably about $3 or $4 each, I would say, because they're not as common. They would have been minted for just the region and the regions around it, but these ones made in Beijing would have been minted for the whole country. And if a mint wasn't working for a certain area, they just would have transported these to the area that needed actual coins. And at certain periods of time, there was private mints that actually operated. So at certain periods of time, individuals could actually make their own coins, like I don't know, blacksmiths mainly, probably shops. They could have ordered coins from blacksmiths and then circulated them as change. But generally those are usually to make a profit, so they would have been slightly smaller in weight than the actual official coin, because there was no real reason for a central government to actually make these at a lesser weight. It just would have debased the currency, and then they would have actually had to make more. Also, another thing is that China at this time, they never used gold or silver coins. So when someone actually says that, oh, real currency is gold and silver, and if it's not gold and silver, it's not real money, well, that's not really how it has worked in the past. It's usually based on two people agreeing on to exchange one product for another. And China has always used up until 1880 ingots in gold and silver, so they would have actually weighed their gold and silver. And that's why if you get a lot of coins that would have circulated in China, they have a lot of what they call chop marks on them. I don't think I have any here, but they're just the impressions on the coin used to test to see if it's actually real gold or silver. And they're usually in Chinese characters as well. So I hope this video was informative about Qing Long Tongbao, Chinese cash coin. And I'll leave a link down below to eBay so you can check to see if there's any good Chinese cash coins that you can actually buy. And like to say thank you very much and have an awesome coin collecting time.